I'm dreaming of a white HP Christmas, just like the ones I never had. I know, I can't sing. Where's Stephanie? But that is a nice looking white computer from the classic movie HP Victus Homecoming Christmas. I'm just being silly. I think I drank too much wine, but that is a nice looking computer. It's a new one from HP called the HP Victus gaming computer desktop. It has a lot of power. Thank you, Arnold. Anyway, if you guys get one of these, let me know. But I may have to look into this one maybe next Christmas. But anyway, yes, a white HP Christmas. Very good. All right, well, welcome back to another presentation with no ads. Thanks to the Total OS supporters for this month. Let me check the stream here, make sure we're all in the green. And it looks like we are. Very good. So this is unannounced stream, as most of these are. I am currently live from the state of Ohio here in the United States. It is 9:58 p.m. Not ready for bed yet, but after 3 or 4 gallons, after 3 or 4 glasses of red wine, I will be ready for bed. So this is just a random chat. If anybody pops in the chat, that'll be great. Don't expect too many too. Again, this was unannounced, but not ready for bed yet, and that's why I'm here. So we'll talk a little bit about Chromebooks, a little bit about Lexus vehicles, stuff like that. Just a random chat. Again, if anybody pops in the chat, great. If not, that's okay too. You can enjoy this once again on repeat with no ads. A lot of controversy with YouTube cracking down on ad blockers. There's two sides to every story. We'll talk about that. All right. I keep getting, let's talk Chromebooks. I keep getting questions about the Chromebooks saying, help, my lighted keyboard does not work. Some of you are posting the model number of your Chromebook. It's great that you have a Chromebook. It's the best Linux machine out there. However, not all Chromebooks have lighted keyboards. So if it wasn't built with it, obviously no amount of keyboard shortcuts is going to give you a lighted keyboard. So for those of you who have a Chromebook, if it is not lighted keyboard capable, then you're not gonna, it ain't gonna work, obviously. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's the way it is. So make sure that your current Chromebook, okay, is lighted keyboard capable. Chances are, as a general rule, okay, if you pay $300 or more for your Chromebook, there's a good chance I would guess, that it has a lighted keyboard. If you spent $200 or $100, chances are it does not have a lighted keyboard. So keep that in mind. If you're not sure, check your owner's manual or check the website for that particular Chromebook model and see if it was built with a lighted keyboard. All right, what else do we have? Lexus cars. Somebody posted a comment, bought a used Lexus RX 350. I forget what year. The next day, this person writes that my friends told me it made a mistake. Well, I have a friend with a Chevy Equinox. 40-some thousand miles, already giving engine codes, engine problems. So to that person who bought the used Lexus with 5 gazillion miles, if the Lexus was maintained, and I don't know what miles you have, you're going to be okay. Trust me, you're going to be okay. So the best deals out there, or the best cars out there, used cars to buy, if you're looking for a car or an SUV, look into Lexus. 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, if the vehicle was maintained, the big if, and no rust. No rust, that's a bigger problem. You're going to be okay. Trust me on this. Okay, my son's car just kicked over 215,000 miles, a Lexus, and it purrs like a cat. So there you go. If you're looking for a deal, a car that you can trust. Just don't buy American. It's that simple. All right, what else do I have? I got word that the latest Zorn OS will be released, hopefully sometime before Christmas. I believe it's number 17. Zorn OS, my top 3 Linux for this year, right up there with Chrome OS, Chromebooks, and Linux Mint. Zorn has been around for about 13 years now, and they, those two guys, young men from Ireland, the luck of the Irish, they do it well. So check out Zorn OS if you haven't already. A quick Christmas joke for all the professional boxers out there, professional fighters for Christmas, a new song. I'll have a black and blue Christmas without you. I'll be in bandages without you. Anyway, that's just a quick joke there. Ha ha. Okay, where's my wine? All right, what other news do we have? The latest Godzilla movie apparently is kicking box office, you know what? The best Godzilla movie since the first one, people are saying. One of the year's best. It may be up for an Oscar for special effects. This is a movie that cost reportedly $15 million to make. That's not a lot for a special effects movie, considering one camera can cost upwards of $100,000. And who knows how many cameras were used, how many computers, special effects, graphics. That is amazing if the budget is accurate, that the movie was done for a flimsy, and I mean flimsy, $15 million. Amazing. All right, let me go to another thing here. Give me a second. I'm going to go to the chat here in one moment, see if anybody popped in the chat. If you haven't already subscribed, you should, to catch these, and click the notification bell so you don't miss another one of these random live shows. I'm reading this news article. Are marketers using smartphones to listen to your conversations to target ads? I'll let you figure that one out. Brave new world, to say the least. All right. Let me check the live stream first. Looks good. Oh, no dropped frames. Huh. You know, this 10-year-old Dell is still holding up. Amazing. All right, it looks like Yu-Gi-Oh is in the chat. Hello, my friend. How are you? Greetings down there in Florida land. What's new? Merry Christmas to you, my southern friend. Hope things are well. So the big tech question for 2023, should you buy a Chromebook or a different laptop? I just made that up. But that is a valid question. Do you need, for content consumers, do you need anything but a Chromebook? Are Chromebooks just for school systems? I don't think so. But just for content creation or content consumption, I don't know. Mine has held up pretty well. I'm curious to see how these Chromebooks Plus will perform sales-wise this holiday season with the upgraded hardware specs. All right, so Go back to the chat here. Legacy Studio is in the house. Greetings. How are you? Yeah, I know you have a couple of Chromebooks. Not a single virus. Yeah, they are maintenance free. They are maintenance free. Legacy says new nice logo. Thank you. I forgot how I did that. I may have done that with an online app. I don't remember. Yeah, really that the biggest tech news this year probably is when Google announced 10-year support on Chromebooks. That is excellent. Starting in 2024. Has anybody else had problems with videos loading with the ad blockers and Google reminding you that you're not supposed to use ad blockers? Hello, Dennis. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, the Chromebooks are fantastic for the masses, for the Windows masses, I guess, and they are a fantastic alternative to Windows. They work. They just work. Okay, Yugi. Yeah, it seems like some of the videos are loading slower. I've seen pop-ups to remind me that you're not supposed to use an ad blocker and all that stuff. Look, there's two sides to every story, right? And I totally get it. Ads pay the bills. Ads help content creators like myself pay for all this. And as you know, internet service, the good internet service here, well, probably a lot is not cheap. It's about $200 a month. And, the ads cover some of it for some content creators. So I totally get it. I totally get it where, you should allow ads to run. Totally get it. Yeah, the Chromebooks are capable of doing Android apps. No problems that I've seen. You know why people won't run the ads? That's fine, but let me decide how I want to support a creator. Yeah, that's certainly an option, and I think that's fair. I use primarily PayPal and primarily PayPal, but I also have a Patreon and some other links, affiliate links from Amazon. I personally don't mind the ads running, generally speaking, unless they're really, really long. but I don't mind in general, and I get it why they are there. Yes, Lenovo ThinkPads are excellent machines, super, super reliable, and play with Linux very, very well. I have 2 of them. They're definitely dinosaurs by now, but they still work. Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, never minded a few ads or mid rolls. The questions they're asking you, Mark. Yeah, I look. It's all part of doing business. You know, these last month and this month's videos here with no ads have been possible to PayPal donations and not through the ads actually. So thank all of you who contribute. Hope we can keep doing these with no ads, but we'll see. So I get it. You know, it's part of the, you know, ad ecosystem, as it were. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to refill my wine glass here. All right, sweet red wine, delicious. I think the 10-year support on Chromebooks is a game changer. About 6-7 years ago, I stated that if there was going to be a Linux machine for the masses, Google would probably do it with the Chromebook. And they have. A couple years ago during the pandemic, Chromebooks outsold Macs. That is one heck of an accomplishment. Several reasons for this. Obviously, price. No ransomware, no viruses, and practically zero maintenance. Either they work or they don't work. There is nothing to tweak, fix, or whatever. They work or they don't. Period. No bugs. None that I have seen. That's saying a lot for a Linux-powered machine. Yeah, MacBooks I don't believe give 10 years. I believe next year will be 10 years of Windows 10, or is it 2015? I lost, or 2025. I've lost track. But generally speaking, for a machine that starts at about $200 to get 10 years of guaranteed support, there's nothing that can beat that. Yes, if it doesn't work, you do a power wash, which is a reset or reboot or erasing everything. Kind of like an Android phone. Erase everything. Power reset. So the year of the Linux desktop was answered very quietly in 2021-22. You know, when Chromebooks outsold Macs, and I don't see anything in the near future to replace that. Period. It's interesting to note that the next Ubuntu long-term support will offer an immutable system. If you're going to copy something, copy from the best, which are Chromebooks. They've had immutable systems since the beginning. All right, Dennis, thank you for stopping by. If I don't chat with you again, have a wonderful, blessed, happy Christmas and holiday season. Yeah, Mark, some hotels have switched, businesses have switched to Chromebooks to avoid ransomware. Ransomware is on the rise. I mean, it is bad. I've yet to someone tell me they got hit with ransomware on the Chromebook. So far, 0 replies, and I mean 0. That is superb. All right. I'll stick around a little bit more. If you guys want to stick around and chat, that's fine. I wasn't expecting too many for this unannounced live stream, but I'll stick around. I'm just catching this off the Ubuntu news. There's been talks of Ubuntu sunsetting X11. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, one of our community members bought a Chromebox. I might have to do a little chat with him, live chat with him, to explain how he likes that. I'm looking at an article from about 6 months ago, and the title of this says, "Every year is someone's year of the Linux desktop." Yeah, pretty much. Jay Vandian is in the house. Good evening. You bought a refurb off of eBay and it's not covered for the extension. You bought a refurb Chromebook. If it's a couple years old, it is. If it's a Chromebook and it was built last year or a year before, I believe you get 10 years of support, Jay. I don't know what you have, but I think that's how Google is marketing it. Joe Smith, hi. i386 Debian support 10 soon. I'm not too surprised about that, Joe. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of disappointing, but not entirely unexpected, right? Yeah. Considering, you can buy new machines, Chromebooks, and I mean new, on sale for about $100. I mean, seriously. So, and new Windows machines, laptop, low end, of course, for $200 or $300. So, not surprised. My guess is you will always, well, maybe not always, you will be able to find someone doing support for the older machines. If I had to guess, someone around, someone in the world, right? For me, if there was an official OBS studio for the Chromebook, Kdenlive official for the Chromebook, I would probably just use a Chromebook. Yeah. Yes, System 76 are pretty good machines. They're a little pricey. I can't really say they're for the masses like a Chromebook, but they are good machines from what I understand. Yes. And I think they're based in the United States, which is cool. I think in Colorado. Yeah, System 76 machines, it's, you know, they're in the Apple Mac territory, some of them. So they're not for everyone, but it's all about a choice, right? Having a choice. And Chromebooks are a choice, just like System 76 Pop! OS is a choice. I just ran the update manager by Linux, but they have 1 gig of updates? Really? I just updated this like 2 days ago. My goodness. Okay, well, it is what it is. Oh my. Anyway. Oh, hi Spin. Welcome. You know, Windows 11 is a choice. I got Windows 11 on 2 machines. It is superb. And I installed Windows 11 on 2 machines that are at least 10 years old. Dare I say Windows 11 is lightweight? It certainly feels that way. Ubuntu is releasing updates too fast. You know what? I kind of lost interest in Ubuntu since they switched the GNOME desktop back in 2017. I'll be quite honest. It's just not the same. That's why it's no longer on my top list for the masses. It's, I guess, if you want to tinker, but it's just not there anymore. I don't care for the GNOME desktop. Oh, Jay, you have LM Linux Mint Debian Edition. Really? Of all the ones on your Toshiba? Wow. Okay. It's good. I mean, all Linux Mints are good, but yeah. You have Arco Linux, Yugi. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Windows 11 is superb. I mean, and yes, you can install them on older machines. You don't have to put in Linux if you don't want to. Very surprising. But I was able to install Windows 11 on the machine that had Windows 7, believe it or not. And it works. Wow. Yeah, crazy, crazy world. My machines here, my situation here is I'm just running outdated processors. These machines are at least 10 years old or more. And really no amount of tweaking is going to really get these up to where they should be. On my gateway machine with Linux Mint XFCE, I was rendering a video that was less than 10 minutes long, right? With tweaks and cuts. It took almost 40 minutes for a less than 10-minute video. No joke. 40 freaking minutes. It's just outdated stuff and no amount of tweaking or Linux installing is going to change the outdated processor, but it is still working. When I started this show, this computer, those of you watching this HP Victus gaming desktop has some pretty nice specs, 16 cores, 5.2 gigahertz. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX, which I believe is about a year old. Something like that, 64 gigs of RAM. This should considerably speed up the video rendering process. I can't buy this year, maybe next year, but this one's about $1,400, and I believe it's brand new for this year. But this is really the kind of machine a content creator needs, and not have to wait 40 minutes for a 10-minute video. You're going the wrong way, pal. Joe Smith, yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you and your family, sir. I thought about upgrading this Dell, but I decided not to because I think once machines hit 10 years old plus, I think upgrading probably is not going to do much. Now, there's a difference between upgrading and repairing. Like if it had a bad RAM stick or the power supply went bad, that's different. But upgrading on 10-year-old machines plus, it's probably not worth it, in my opinion. I think you're better off just saving the money to get a newer machine with a newer processor. Yeah, you have a Chromebook quad core with 4 gigs of on board. That's really all you need for those, because they are super fast machines. So the Chromebooks Plus, I believe, start at 8 gigs of RAM. But yeah, Mark. Yeah, I think in my situation, these things are 10 years old. It'd be a waste of money to try and upgrade. It's just you just can't squeeze any more out of the processor that was not designed for that. So in my situation, I could live stream fine, but video rendering with Kdenlive or Shotcut, or I don't use it, but like Adobe Pro, you need a beefy computer. Yeah, something that can render a 10-minute video in like 2 minutes, and these machines just simply were not designed for that. The fact that they still do is amazing. That's with tweaks and all, but it's just not the same as a newer machine, of course. Alright, so you have a custom machine that was built in 22.2. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do upgrades on that, absolutely. I would say between 5 and 10 years is the cutoff point to do any upgrades, meaning is it worth it? Okay, 10 years plus, definitely not, in my opinion. If this Dell was, say, 3-4 years old, I would probably max out the RAM. Okay. New power supply and a nice beefy graphics card. But not at 10 years old. I just don't think it's worth it. Well, 3 to 5 years now, really. It's gone tighter. Okay. All right. The Jay asked what year did the Optiplex 7010? I believe it's around 2013, wasn't it? It's got a Core i7. If you want to look it up, Jay, it's an i7 3770 Intel processor, which is actually still a decent processor, at least to do this and some gaming, but just video rendering, it's just too slow. But I believe it was 2013-ish, if I am not mistaken. Now these machines are fairly easy to work with. Mine is not a small form factor; it's full size. Lots of room to upgrade. You know, cards or whatever, pulling RAM out. But it's just the age. It's just not worth it. Yeah. Yeah, I bought a what did I buy? I bought a new Canon printer, and it's a breeze in Linux. I was surprised. It used to be in the past it was horrible, but this one here connected and no problemo. Speaking of printers, yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to buy new ink for my HP printer because it was only $10 more for a new printer. Uh, to me, that's a no-brainer. So yeah. Yeah, Lael says that's a sharp-looking tower. Yeah, that's if I had the budget this Christmas, I would buy this one. This is the HP Victus gaming. Lots of horsepower, or as Arnold would say, I need more power. Blah. Thank you, Mr. Schwarzenegger. I have power. Yeah, if I had the budget, if I had one video go viral with the AdSense, this is what I would buy. No doubt. It's a nice looking desktop with the right specs. I think it's about $1,300. Looking at the specs, I think it's probably something that I would need to speed up the video rendering process. But yeah, I think it's a nice looking desktop. Yeah. Yeah, it's just white. It's just something different. Yeah. I've never built a computer. I've never had the patience for it. But I've looked at buying computers new or renewed versus getting all the parts and building it yourself. From what I've seen, there's not that much of a difference in price. Maybe $100, something like. It's just not worth it. Because what if you build it and now something doesn't work? Now you have to diagnose it yourself. Rather buying a new computer, you receive it, it doesn't work, I can return the whole thing immediately, just get a new computer. But that's my thinking. Yeah, refurbs, renewed, stuff like that, yeah. The computer I have on my 50-inch TV is a Lenovo that had Windows 7. I dual boot with Linux Mint, two separate SSDs, by the way, Linux Mint and Windows 11. That's what I use to, watch videos, stream movies, on stuff like that. Super reliable machine. Yeah, it's a dinosaur machine, but it works. So I've kept it. Yeah, from 2011, believe it or not. A Windows 7 machine with Windows 11 that's faster than some Linux. Unbelievable. One thing I should do is probably replace the thermal paste in this 10-year-old machine. I've never done it. So that's something I have to remember to do in the future. Alright, I'll stick around for about 10 minutes more or so. We'll wrap this up at about 11. Quick Christmas joke. What do you call Santa when he drops his pants? Chris Dingle. Ba-da-bum-bum. Psh. Yeah, if it's yeah, it's probably factory paste, Mark. Yeah, if I had to guess, yeah. I buy power pre-built. Okay. What's up, Joe? Ba 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 boom. Yeah, the one I was looking at, the one I showed you before, this one, I just it was just a quick look at the specs, and I think it's, this would be plenty for what I needed to do. I've had HP in the past. I haven't had any problems personally, but something like this with this graphics card, I think the card's only about a year or two it's been out, so it's fairly new. Plenty of RAM, so yeah. Joe, I know you build a lot of computers, but HPs are much different now. Okay, okay. Like I said, I know you have more experience in building computers, because honestly, in all the years, I've never had the patience to really build one, Joe. I just don't. either buy them brand new or, renewed or refurbished with a warranty, of course, and I'm happy with that. So, But yeah, before you came on, Joe, we were talking about this Dell that I have, this Optiplex that's 10 years old. And I was thinking that's probably the point where it's just not worth upgrading the machine anymore because of the outdated processor. It just doesn't have enough horsepower. You're always going to start, as a general rule in my case, in my thinking, Joe, you always start with a beefy processor first, and then upgrade from there, like more RAM, graphics card, power supply, stuff like that. But you don't want to, what's the word, bottleneck, I think is the word used. Yeah. Bottleneck, I think is what tech repair guys use. So even if you buy a beefy graphics card, if the processor can't handle it, it's kind of a waste. From what I understand, Joe, I don't build them, but from what I understand, 10 years is definitely the cutoff point to see if a computer is worth upgrading or not. Now, it's not the same as repairing. I was talking about before. If I have to repair a stick of RAM, go bad, replace it, or the power supply, that's a different ball game. But it's just not worth it. Yeah. Yeah, Joe. I have the Lenovo, my 50-inch TV. That one had originally had Windows 7 that still works. And that one I dual built Windows 11 and Linux Mint on 2 separate SSDs. That's still chugging along, and it's not as slow as I thought it would be. It just works, but yeah. Yeah, Joe, you have to buy or build for your use. If rendering requires more CPU, yeah, it just needs power. Yeah. Yeah, AMD is probably the way to go. I guess it depends on the processor, what type, and all that. I know the Ryzen processors with the G designation have a decent integrated graphics that you may not need a graphics card, from what I read. But yeah. NVMEs, yeah. Yeah. Modern processors can handle it, yeah. Like I said, this Dell has a Core i7-3770. That's, I think, about 10 years old. The fact that it's still reliable and works is great, but rendering videos, it's just too slow. It works, but it's just too slow. Probably what would make me happy is the Threadripper types of machines. If I was looking for speed and rendering, that's probably what I should be looking for. But that's probably going to be around the $2,000 range. Yeah, Joe, the PCBuilds.com. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at that website now, Joe. Yeah, it's looks like it'd be very helpful. Yeah. So, for example, I plugged in AMD Ryzen 7 with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 will work great together. 3.4% processor bottleneck. Okay. Anything less than 5% should not be concerned. Should not be a major concern for bottleneck. That's what it says here. So, yeah. As an example. Yeah, nothing's gonna beat a dedicated GPU, Joe. Absolutely. But from what I heard, the G series processors integrated are not that bad. From what I've seen, I don't have one. I guess it's one of those things, Joe. Like, say I picked up a Ryzen 7 G series, and let's say, rendering a 10-minute video takes 5 minutes, versus with the graphics card I save a minute. That's not that big of a deal, Joe. And again, that's just speculation there. But if it's something like that, I could live with the G series versus getting a graphics card. Anything that could cut my rendering time in half of the video. So, for example, if it's a 10-minute video, I like to do it in 5 minutes. If it's a 3-minute video, like a minute and a half. So, yeah. Not all GPUs are like that. Is correct. Yes. Yeah, that is true. From what I've read, the Ryzen 5 G series and above are good for both gaming and video rendering for the price, for what I've read. Yeah, Mark. Any computer within the last couple years for me would probably be fine. Probably i7 or the Ryzen 7 G series to get started. At least I think would be a much improved update the one I'm using now, for what I've read. Yeah, and then I could always add a graphics card later. Yeah. The 56 G, you could add a dedicated GPU. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I would be looking for something that cuts my rendering time in half. I would be happy with that. And I think that all the G series can do 4K video, as far as I could tell. I don't do too much in 4K. Yeah, very seldom. Yeah, rendering time right now it just takes too long. That's why most of the videos I render in 720p to speed up the process. And I try to stick to my Dell because this is the fastest one I have right now. Like I said, on that old Gateway, that 10-minute video took like 40 minutes to render. It made me chuckle, but hey, it is what it is. So. And chances are, if I buy something labeled gaming machine with a dedicated card, chances are it's probably going to do video rendering well, if I had to guess. Again, I like to keep it simple. That's why I don't build anything or get different parts. So yeah. Although I understand the personal satisfaction of building your own machine, and it comes out the way you want it to. I totally get that personal accomplishment thing, but it's just not me. Yeah. And I do keep these machines clean and cool. Clean and cool sounds like a shampoo, but it's yeah, Joe. Yeah, if I'm going to do 4K rendering, 32 gigs should be the minimum of RAM. Yes, I got 16 gigs now, and 1080p is perfectly fine. In terms of no crashes, still a little slow, but it works. But yeah, if I want to even mess with 4K, 32 should be the bare minimum. Yes, that is true. I've had good luck rendering with Kdenlive. Shotcut is a little bit faster for whatever reason, at least on these older machines. But both are stable. No crashes that I've seen. With the Kdenlive, I'll download the portable app or the app image or whatever you want to call it. If I use Kdenlive, but generally speaking, Shotcut seems to render a little bit faster. What's up, Linux? JRM, is that what I'm seeing? Hello. I just posted something. This is from the AMD website on the Threadripper. I like this as battle-tested performance. Capability to enable artists, architects, and engineers with the ability to get more done in less time. That sounds wonderful. That would probably make me happy, the Threadripper. It sounds like a monster. Godzilla versus a Threadripper. Arr! Anyway. I would imagine any Threadripper would be perfectly fine, right? Well, hello, Ben. Welcome. How are you? As far as I know, they're still making Threadrippers. Yeah. At least as of last year. I just posted this headline here a few days ago about a Threadripper 96 core Ryzen Threadripper Pro from a website. And it's only $9,999. Really? Oh man. Okay, well they start at $2,649. Okay, all right, get it. 10 grand. My goodness. All right, that's a little bit too much Christmas dreaming, right? Wow. All right, I just posted on the screen here for the prices for this AMD Ryzen Threadripper 7000 Pro. This should speed things up very nicely. Wow. Yep, turbo power. That's the power. Ah, PC part picker, yeah. Yeah, the Ryzen 5 5600G, yeah. 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 Yep. Yeah, Joe, I've seen these online, like renewed or refurbished, with Windows 11 installed for about $400. So, but yeah, it's comparable, $497. Yeah. Yeah, having enough headroom. If you want to install a GPU, yes, it would be nice to have a lot of room. Absolutely. I will probably, Joe, when I'm ready to buy, I'll either buy something new that's on sale or something renewed or refurbished with the warranty. With Windows 11 ready to go, just plug it in and that's it. That's probably what I'm going to go for, just to keep it simple. Something that can handle, rendering 4K video. Because if it can do 4K, then of course it can do 1080p in a pinch. So yeah. Yeah, there was news that the NVIDIA is going to release new announcement for new GPU starting next month. There's actually a place in town that recycles and sells recyclable tech stuff, which I think is great. Sounds like a bottleneck, Ben. Yeah, Joe, if you look at that Threadripper, be ready for your next colonoscopy. I was saying earlier before you came in, if I could have just one video go viral, whatever it is, probably get a Threadripper, because that would be good for the next 10 years easily, right? Yeah, they are expensive, but if you do any kind of multimedia video creation, probably the Threadripper is the way to go, because it doesn't matter what version you get. There's only one version, and that's fast, right? There's fast and faster, but I totally get it, yeah. I just like the word Threadripper. Godzilla versus Threadripper. Arr. But as Arnold would say, I need more power. Threadripper power. They are pricey, right? Unless, again, to find one renewed, refurbished, a one-year-old model, they are definitely pricey. But I'm assuming they work, period. If I had to guess. You don't have to worry about speed with those. If I had to guess, yeah. Nowadays, when I render a video, I just go make myself a sandwich, take a shower, because that's how long it takes usually, you know. All right, it is after 11 here in Ohio, and I've drank 3 glasses of wine already. I think I'm almost ready for bed. I might go see the new Godzilla movie tomorrow. I wonder if the film producers used Threadrippers for the Godzilla movie. Joe, just a thought. They said the budget for the film was $15 million. That's pretty cheap for a special effects Godzilla film. That looks pretty good, they said. Yeah. They said it might be up nomination award for special effects, but that's what I read. I'm like, wow, 50 million nowadays is peanuts to make a special effects movie. I don't like noisy GPUs or computers either, Joe. So yeah, um, 50 mil. Yeah, pocket. Yeah, any movie that's special effects, it's just it's going to be more expensive. Any special effects movie. The fact that they did it for 15 million reportedly is absolutely astounding. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm curious to see it. If it, somebody said it's a $15 million movie, but it looks like $100 million movie in terms of the special effects. But I I'm curious. Yeah. I don't know. Is there dust inside the fan for the GPU? Maybe some dust got caught in there, or a dead spider. Yeah, it's probably a dead spider. I don't know. It's not dust. Okay, so you spray your systems. Okay, all right. It was just a thought. Yeah, maybe it's just a bad car, like you said. Maybe it's just a fluke, but yeah. Well, Ben, Win 10 has only one more year of support, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, just to let you know. So if you switch back, that's fine, but keep in mind you'll have to switch again. Hi, Steve. Good evening. Of 25 is when Windows 10 ends support? Okay, alright. Still, that's not too far away. Yeah, Joe, if they're making a noise, I would just replace the card, yeah. Keep it simple. Yeah, the Ryzen 5600G is a good value. Yes. Joe said, you're saying it's their call of what to do. I would call him back and say, my call would be to Uncle Guido in Sicily. that would supersede all of their calls, right? But a boom. You installed Coolero, Joe? Isn't Coolero like a rap singer? Oh, that's Coolio. Never mind. And fan control GUI to control the fans. Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm gonna give them enough what they can't refuse. Coolio, yes. Maybe his son is Coolero. I have no idea. uh, I should have prepared for news and nonsense tonight, right? Maybe next week we'll do a Christmas special news and nonsense or something. Can't believe next week is Christmas already. My goodness. Yeah. I'm just listening to my dad's music here, chilling for tonight. Yeah, maybe in the cooler. Your first full Christmas off in 42 years, Steve. Wow. Well, my friend, you have earned it. If my dad could never sell his movie, that's when I retire. I still will do something, though. I don't know what, but yeah, I would retire. I was just thinking so much. I turned on the news just to be a bit off topic, thinking about the holidays and everything. There's so much depression and crap on the news. It seemed like the world was a more peaceful place in a pandemic. It sounds crazy to say that, but it just seemed like it was more peaceful. There was less, you know. Yeah. Anyway. I'm saying that now because I'm playing my dad's tune that he wrote. It's called God Guide Us. And man, human beings have a long way to go still, don't we? Anyway. Yeah, I was at my I was at my ex-wife's house just to see how she was doing. She's had off and on medical problems this year. Thankfully she's okay, but I stopped over to drop off a check for her for Christmas just to, you know, do the right thing and try to uplift her. You know, and we had the news on, talk show on. It was just depressing. So anyway, I try to ignore all that and watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? So yeah, great show. Great show. It's been over 20 years. It does seem in some cases we have gone backwards as a society. Yeah. I think the majority is good, but that doesn't make headlines normally. It's all the other um, inhuman stuff. Yeah, Joe, streams like this is what I've enjoyed the most over the years. And of course, these were very, very helpful, I think, during the pandemic when we were locked in. So, yeah. I read somewhere years ago, if one human being helped one human being, no human being would be without help. Pretty simple stuff, huh? Yeah. Amen, Joe. Absolutely. Amen. I did hear a funny joke the other day. Uh, there's this guy, he goes into uh, Christmas, he goes to confession for the holidays, right? This is somewhat of an adult joke, but it's somewhat clean. Anyway, he goes into confession for the holidays, and he says, "Bless me, Father. I went to see I was with a married woman, and the joke is I was with a married woman. We rubbed together, but I didn't put it in." So the priest says, "Well, rubbing is the same as putting it in. Say 10 Hail Marys and put $50 in the donation box." So the guy says, "Thank you." So the guy gets up, he goes to the donation box for a minute or second and walks away, but he doesn't put the money in. So the priest sees him, "Excuse me, you didn't put the money into the box." The guy says, "Well, Father, what I did, I took the $50 bill and I rubbed it against the box, and you said it's the same as putting it in. So that's why I walked away and didn't put it in the box." Oh, man. Anyway, a little Christmas humor for the day. This is why I hate religions. I love the Bible, but religions you can you rub it up, because that joke, it's so clever, and that's something a Catholic priest would say, right? The guy says, "Well, I'm just gonna rub it. It's the same as putting it in. What the hell? I'll save myself $50, and I can still see that lady." But sorry, just I think it's hilarious. Oh Lord. Anyway. Yeah, I look around. I think around here and around big city, I think this year people are praising Jesus a lot more, Mark, because people see how people drive and they're going, "Jesus Christ." I say, yes, praise the Lord. You're right. Welcome to the Total OS Comedy Hour. Yeah, they know his name all of a sudden. That is true, Mark. Yes. All right, last call for comments. It is 11:30 p.m. As I said before, I've had 3 glasses of wine. And I'm starting to mellow out a little bit. So, any last comments or questions, and we'll wrap it up for this this fun evening. That's right, Steve. Yes, you thought you were Jesus when you was a kid. Every time you did something wrong, you heard Jesus Christ. What are you doing? Absolutely, yes. Uh-huh. And let's face it, we all say it, right? You're driving down the road and somebody does something stupid with their car, and you're like, Jesus. Admit it, we all say it, not to take the Lord's name in vain, as it were, but it's just an expression. All right, Ben, you have a good night. I'll be going to bed here shortly, too, yes. But we all say it, Jesus, or look at that driver, look at that moron, Jesus, right? We all do it, you know. I like this song by my dad, True Love Never Dies. So if I saw correctly, gentlemen, it's not going to be a white Christmas, right? Yeah, Joe, I like this song. It's there's a singing version of this, instrumental. This is the instrumental. It's a great title. True Love Never Dies. Yeah. All right, Steve, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to head off here soon. So, yeah. You're off to clean the kitchen, really? Okay, at this hour? Paper plates, my friend. Paper plates, right? All right, Steve, you have a good night, my friend. Take care. True love never dies. I think, my friends, I will leave you on that note. True love never dies. Amen. All right, it is 11:30 local time, so I think I'm ready for bed. So I'm going to call it a night after 3 sweet red glasses of wine. Great chatting as always. You guys know how to reach me, so maybe I'll catch you in about a week or so. Maybe we'll do a news and nonsense or something. It's been a while, so... And that's it for this evening. So be safe out there. Drive carefully, of course, especially during the holiday season. And do not take the Jesus name in vain when you're screaming, Jesus, those drivers. Maybe try a different word. Like instead of saying Jesus, that guy, just say fudge knuckles, that guy. Driving that car. I kind of like that, fudge knuckles. Sounds like a mafia hit. Man, it's just Joey Fudge Knuckles Padroni. Good night. Bye-bye.